You become a millionaire at 40 and hate your life.
1,040,000.
You are 40 years old. It's a Tuesday in October. Your accountant emails you a year-end projection. Net worth $1,040,000. You read it once. You read it again. You wait for the feeling, the one you imagined for 18 years. It doesn't come. You close the laptop. You sit in your office chair in the dark. Your reflection in the black screen is the only thing looking back at you, and it doesn't look like a man who won anything. This is the story of how you got the number and lost everything the number was supposed to buy you. Age 22, the decision. You are 22. Graduation is 6 weeks behind you. You sit in your car in a parking lot outside your first apartment. A notebook on the passenger seat. You write a number on the first page. $1 million. You underline it twice. You don't know yet what the underline is going to cost. You just know you want to never feel poor again. Your father worked 34 years at the same plant, retired with $40,000 in a 401k. A handshake, a card signed by people who stopped being his friends the day he left. You watched that. You decided at 22 that wasn't going to be you. First rule: you don't write a number like that down because you want money. You write it down because you're scared of something money is supposed to fix. You just don't know yet that it can't. But you're about to spend 18 years finding out. Level 2, the foundation years. You are 25. You work sales. Base $42,000. Commission uncapped. You find the formula early. Work more hours than anyone else. Answer your phone at 9 p.m. Answer it again at 11. Your numbers climb. Your name moves up a leaderboard nobody made you compete on. You tell yourself this is temporary, a season. You tell yourself that every year for the next 15. The first relationship. You're seeing someone. Her name doesn't matter yet. She asks if you're free Saturday. You say you have a call with a client in another time zone. She says you always have a call. You say not always. You know you are lying. She doesn't bring it up again, not because it's resolved, because she's already started planning her exit and you're too busy to notice. Second rule. The people who leave first don't slam the door. They just stop asking if you're free. By the time you notice the silence, they've already been gone for months. Level 3, the acceleration. You are 29. You leave the sales job. You start your own firm. 12-hour days become 14, then 16. You tell people it's a grind phase. Every successful person you've read about had a grind phase. You are collecting their quotes like armor. Your savings cross $100,000. You don't celebrate. You run the next projection instead. The wedding you missed. Your college roommate gets married in May. You RSVP, yes. Then a client crisis lands on the Thursday before. You call him from an airport, not a chapel. He says it's fine. You hear in his voice that it isn't. You don't go to the next 2 things he invites you to. He stops inviting you after that. You don't notice for almost a year. Third rule. Ambition doesn't take things from you all at once. It takes them one missed Saturday at a time. Each one small enough to justify, until one day you look around and the room is empty, and you don't remember anyone leaving it. But you're about to build something that makes the silence feel like proof you're winning. Level 4. The number becomes God. You are 33, net worth $310,000. You read a finance book that says discipline compounds. You take it as scripture. You cut everything that isn't moving you toward the number. Vacations, the gym membership you actually liked, dinners that weren't networking, the guitar in the closet you used to play badly on Sunday mornings. You tell yourself you'll pick all of it back up after you hit the number. You believe that. You genuinely believe that. The father call. Your father calls on a Sunday. He asks if you're happy. You say you're focused. He says, "That's not what I asked." You change the subject. You don't know it yet, but this is the last time he asks you that question directly. He stops asking. He just starts saying, "Take care of yourself," at the end of every call instead, like a man closing a door gently so it doesn't wake anyone. Fourth rule. When people stop asking if you're happy, it's not because they stopped caring. It's because they already know the answer, and they've decided it's not their place to make you hear it. But at the next level, something happens that finally forces you to hear it. Level 5. The marriage. You are 35. You meet someone who doesn't need your money. That's rare enough that you notice it. You marry her the following spring. Small wedding. You actually show up to your own wedding. Present for one day. You remember what presence feels like. It doesn't stick. 3 months in, you're back at 70-hour weeks. She sits across from you at dinner one night. You're on your phone. She says, "You're doing it again." You say, "Doing what?" She says, "Leaving while you're still sitting here." You don't have a response because she's right and you both know it. The first warning. She doesn't threaten to leave. That's the part that should scare you more. She just gets quieter. She stops asking about your day, not out of indifference, out of self-protection. You mistake the quiet for peace. Fifth rule. Fifth rule. The people who love you don't usually leave loudly. They leave by degrees. They shrink the part of themselves they're willing to hand you, a little at a time, until what's left standing in the kitchen is a roommate who shares your last name. And you won't notice the difference until it's too late to undo it. Level 6. The milestone that wasn't. You are 37. Net worth $640,000. You run the projection. At this pace, 40 years old, 7 figures. You feel something for the first time in years. Not joy, momentum. You tell yourself the finish line will fix the thing you can't name. The tightness in your chest on Sunday nights. The way you can't remember the last movie you watched start to finish. The way your daughter, 4 years old now, calls you by your first name when she plays pretend office with her toys. You laughed the first time. You didn't laugh the second time. The daughter scene. She sets up a toy desk in the living room. She puts a toy phone to her ear. She says, "I can't, I have a call." Your wife looks at you when she says it. You don't look back. Sixth rule. Sixth rule. Children don't learn what you tell them. They learn what they watch you do. And somewhere on a living room floor, your daughter just performed your whole life back to you in a 4-year-old's voice, and you still didn't change anything. Because the number was 3 years away, and you'd already decided the number was the cure. Level 7. The year you stopped noticing. You are 39. Net worth $890,000. You can see the finish line now. You can taste it. The way Marcus from level 6 in every other story can taste his crypto trade, except this one's real. You work harder than ever, not because you have to, because stopping feels like losing momentum you can't get back. You don't take the family trip you promised in January. You don't go to your daughter's recital. You watch 40 seconds of shaky phone video your wife sends you from the lobby afterward. You tell yourself you'll make the next one. The empty house. You come home late on a Thursday. The house is dark. A note on the counter says they went to her mother's for the weekend. It's not an emergency. It's not a fight. It's just that nobody waited up anymore. You stand in your kitchen, alone, in a house you bought to make them happy, and you realize you don't actually know your daughter's favorite color is this year. It changes every few months. You used to know. 7th rule. Success doesn't announce when it's replaced your family. It just quietly fills the chair they used to sit in. And by the time you look up, you're eating dinner alone in a house built for 4 and calling it normal. Right up until the morning the number finally arrives.
Level 8. The number arrives. You are 40. It's a Tuesday in October. Your accountant emails you the projection. Net worth, $1,040,000. You read it once. You read it again. You wait for the feeling, the one you imagined at 22 in a parked car with a notebook on the passenger seat. It doesn't come. The search for the feeling. You call your wife. She answers on the 3rd ring. You tell her the number. There's a pause. She says, "That's great." Her voice doesn't match the words. You hang up. You sit there. You try to manufacture the feeling yourself. You pour a drink you don't really want. You stand at the window and look at a view you paid for and stopped seeing 2 years ago. Realization. You open the notebook, the actual notebook, the one from 18 years ago. It's in a drawer you haven't opened in a decade. The number is still underlined twice. Next to it, in handwriting you don't fully recognize as your own anymore, it says, "So I never feel poor again." Sit with that sentence for a long time. You don't feel poor. You don't feel anything close to poor. You also don't feel like the man who wrote it. 8th rule. You didn't fail. That's the part that makes it worse. You did exactly what you set out to do. You hit the number, and the number met you at the finish line completely empty-handed, because it was never holding what you actually needed. It just looked, from a distance, like it might be. And the distance is the whole problem. Level 9. The audit. You are still 40. 3 weeks after the email, you start doing a different kind of math. Not net worth, the other kind. You count the recitals you missed. 4. You count the vacations you canceled. 6. You count the calls with your father where he asked if you were happy and you changed the subject. You stop counting after 11. You count the Saturdays you don't remember at all. You can't. They didn't leave a mark. That's the part that frightens you most, not the things you lost, the years you can't even locate. The mirror. You stand in the bathroom. You look at a 40-year-old face you don't fully recognize, not because it aged, because you don't know what it's been doing for 18 years. You know the net worth. You couldn't tell anyone what the inside of it felt like. 9th rule. 9th rule. You can audit a bank account down to the cent, but nobody ever taught you how to audit a decade. And when you finally try, you find out the years were never actually saved. They were spent on a number that didn't even know your name. But there's still time to ask the only question that matters now. Level 10. The question. You are 40. You sit down across from your wife on a Sunday morning. No phone, no laptop. For the first time in longer than either of you can name. You ask her something you've never asked. Not, "Are we okay?" Something harder. "What did you actually need from me these last 18 years? She's quiet for a long time. Then she says, "I never needed the money. I needed you to come home and actually be home." You sit with that. It's the most expensive sentence you've ever heard, and it didn't cost $1. The daughter again. Your daughter is 7 now. She's at the toy desk less. She started asking you to play outside instead. You say yes. You almost say, "Let me finish one thing." You don't. You catch yourself. You go outside. It's such a small moment. It shouldn't matter this much. It matters this much. 10th rule. 10th rule. The number was never going to give back the years. No amount of money ever has. But the years you have left aren't on the same ledger. Those you can still spend differently, starting today, if you actually choose to. The cycle. Somewhere right now, a 22-year-old sits in a parked car, a notebook open on the passenger seat. He writes a number. He underlines it twice. He doesn't know yet what the underline is going to cost. He just knows he's scared of something he thinks money is going to fix. He starts the car. He drives to a job that will ask for more of him than he has any idea how to refuse. The choice. He doesn't know that the number, when it finally arrives, will be silent. He doesn't know it will hand him nothing. He doesn't know that the only ones who can tell him that are people 15 years further down the same road. People he isn't listening to yet. Because at 22, advice from someone who already has the number sounds like jealousy. It isn't. It's a warning. You are 40. You have $1,040,000. You also have a wife willing to start over with you. A daughter who still wants you on the floor of the living room. A father who is still alive to ask if you're happy again, if you'll let him. The number didn't fix anything. It just finally got quiet enough for you to hear what had been missing the entire time. Maybe you're 22 right now, writing the number down. Maybe you're 40, reading an email that didn't feel the way you thought it would. Either way, the number was never going to be the answer. It was just loud enough to keep you from noticing the question.